Alright guys, before we start this full review, just watch this. This is sick. Oh man, I can do this all day long. But for now, let's watch the full review. Bavarian Motor Works, or short BMW, a brand that is usually associated with building great engines such as their famous inline 6-cylinder or their screaming F1 based V10 that was put into a family sedan. Unfortunately, times have changed and manufacturers are forced to build their conventional engines to reduce emissions. But can BMW build the ultimate green driving machine? That's their mission, at least, with the BMW i8. Design-wise, they convinced me on day one. The beautiful formed lines and its futuristic design really make this car look like Doc Brown's next time machine. However, what is much more important than its looks is how it actually drives. Thanks to its carbon fiber composite structure and its low center of gravity, it looks rather promising. But can a 3-cylinder turbocharged engine combined with an electric motor and skinny tires for better gas mileage really deliver that BMW DNA that many of us love so much? We shall find out. Welcome to the interior of the BMW i8. As you can tell already, it looks very much like the outside. It looks very futuristic. However, BMW still, kept their design language. It doesn't actually look too different from an X5 or 3 Series or something like that. We still have our normal iDrive system, common BMW steering wheel design. They didn't go crazy anywhere here. Just the overall cabin design looks a little bit more, fancy, more modern, more futuristic, which is quite cool. I especially like these LED lights in here they put all over the car. You can change the color between blue, red and white and it looks stunning. It really reminds me of the movie Tron, which is a good thing. And another cool thing here is if I switch this into the sport mode, the engine kicks on and the gauges change to these red indicators, so you always know in which mode you are in. If I go back to drive, the engine is still running because the battery is low right now. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I just wish that they put the gear shift, the current gear number up here in this part of the display like they do in all the other BMWs with the digital dashboard, because it's just much easier to see than down here. It's very hard to see your gear you're in. Yeah, so driving the BMW i8. First of all, this is a hybrid, not a fully electric car. A lot of people always ask me, and they're quite disappointed when they hear it's a hybrid. But yeah, that's what it is. We have a 3-cylinder engine in the rear, 1.5 liters, producing 231 horsepower, and another electric motor which is powering the front axle with 131 horsepower. Combined, that's 362 horses and 570 newton meters, powering all 4 wheels. Now, after driving the Tesla, this doesn't feel as high-tech anymore, I have to admit. I mean, it still feels modern, and I mean, look at the design. This car looks like a spaceship from the outside and the inside. But then, you have these old BMW elements, which, as I said before, they did it because they didn't want to scare the customers away. They wanted to make their customers to feel at home in here, which is totally understandable and actually the right way to go, of course. And Tesla didn't have that burden, they don't have to carry that because they're a new brand. They can do whatever they want, and they just, started with a huge screen here in the middle, another nice screen right in front of you. BMW can't do that. They have to, use the simple BMW design language so that all BMW owners have no problem transitioning. This car, however, is much more of a sports car, of course, than a Tesla Model S is. Obviously, I mean, it looks like a sports car. It has a very low center of gravity, and it's very light as well. It only weighs just below 1.5 tons, which is fantastic for all that hybrid technology. They could achieve these kind of weights with carbon fiber reinforced plastic for the driver's sill and the doors and some other body panels, and the chassis is made out of aluminum. Of course, we can also switch this car into the sports mode by kicking this over here, and then we have some active sound going on the interior. And let me show you, let me demonstrate you how this car can sound. It's actually pretty emotional. Officially, this car gets 95 miles per gallon or burns around 2.5 liters per 100 kilometer. But seriously, who are we kidding? I mean, those are official figures, you know, at testing centers with a fully charged battery, of course. But in reality, it looks a little bit different, obviously. In real life, I get around 25 to 30 miles per gallon, which is around 8 to 10 liters per 100 kilometers, which is not bad by any means. I mean, you know, I'm pushing the car. We are driving fast here on the Autobahn and everything. I think you could go maybe all the way to 35 mpg. I mean, it really depends on you at the end of the day, how much you use the electric engine and how much you use the combustion engine, how much power you use of the entire system. Now, this car is a hybrid, but it can also drive fully electric for around 30 kilometers or 20 miles, something like that. And that's not bad. I mean, it's better than those hybrids that only can drive with the combustion engine on all the time. Now, the question is, who buys these kind of cars? I mean, it's 140 grand. That's not cheap at all. And the Tesla P90D with ludicrous mode also costs 140 grand, and it can do quite a lot of things better. I mean, it's quicker, it's completely electric, it's probably cleaner as well, more eco-friendly. It can drive by itself. This car doesn't even have distance control, which really, you know, this car should have it. I mean, it's a $140,000 BMW. But I mean, this car also has quite a lot of things going for it. I mean, it has a really nice low center of gravity. It's a lot more sporty than the Tesla. You still have an engine. You still have some noise. You know, you can still get, you know, some goosebumps with this car. Me not so much, because, you know, I like GT3s, this kind of stuff. But you know, it's in the sport mode. It's still a sporty driving experience. Definitely, it's a sports car. The Tesla isn't. And people who really, you know, stand behind BMW, who love the brand, who love how the BMW works and the design. I mean, this car looks insane. It looks like a spaceship on wheels. They will go for this car, and I totally understand why. Now, personally, I think I still prefer the Tesla. I mean, I love BMW, guys. Now that's my home brand. But the Tesla was just, you know, it felt more modern, it was more high-tech than here. This is sort of like an in-between, you know. We still have a combustion engine. It was a 0.5 step forward. It wasn't like the whole step forward, which is what Tesla did. And, you know, the whole interior in the Tesla with the huge screen, the simplicity, barely any buttons, and the fact that the Tesla can drive itself, you know, that really sold it to me. And it will be very hard to find a car that can compete with that, at least at the moment. Yeah, the new BMW i8, the facelift is already in the pipeline, and we will see what that one can do. Maybe it can drive itself too, we don't know. But yeah, this is of course more for sports car, but you know, you guys know me, I'm a car enthusiast. I don't want a green sports car. I want a GT3, you know, a screaming engine, naturally aspirated, that burns Mother Nature's fucking gas, and have something clean on the side for the week to get from point A to B the most comfortable way, and that's the Tesla for me. So the i8 wouldn't be in my garage, but you know, I'm happy if I see one on the street, because it just looks so damn cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Kai, and I see you guys next time on Groschi Automotive. Do we have here a Lamborghini? The guy didn't know where to drop it off, so I said, hey, you know, I know how to drive, just give it to me. God, I never heard a turbocharged car that sounds so cool. I mean, this is like McLaren P1 feeling.